my name is Quentin McFadden, and today we will be going over part two. So basically, what we're going to do here is first log into Palo Alto, like so, and once you log in, you'll be able to easily configure the firewall. Forget my password, right? Okay, once you log in successfully, so the web interface, we're going to navigate to device, setup, operations, and click on load name configuration snapshot underneath the configuration management section. Remind me later. Device, setup, operations, load name configuration snapshot. In the name, we're going to select the very first one, or the second one. This is lap 2. And we can close this as we wait for the configuration to be completed. I'm going to pause the video until it gets completed. All right, now we can see that it has been completed. Let's go to tasks on the bottom right, and we see that it has been completed. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is click close, then hit commit in the top right corner. Okay, this is just letting us know that only a full commit is available at this time, which is perfectly fine. And I'm gonna pause the video until it completes. All right, you see it is almost completed. We're gonna just wait a couple of more seconds. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a longer time for it to complete, but it's complete. Okay, so now we're gonna just close this, and now what we're gonna do is save a named configuration snapshot. So in this section, we will basically save the firewall configuration with a specific file name. So first, what we're gonna do is go to device, setup, operations, save named configuration snapshot. And what we're gonna save it as is save it as Firewall A Lab 2. Click OK. Close. And now what we're going to do is export a named configuration snapshot. What we're going to do now is go to Device, Setup, Operations, Configuration. Underneath Configuration Management, you click the link for Export Name Configuration Snapshot. What we're going to do now is type in Firewall A Lab 2. Save. Now, what we're gonna do is minimize everything and wait until it downloads. Show it in Finder, show folder. And you see, this is the Firewall 2 that we just downloaded. So we're gonna go back to the web face here, the web interface. My apologies. And now what we're going to do is revert ongoing configuration changes. So as you work on a firewall configuration, it is theoretically possible to make a mistake. So in such situations, you may not remember exactly which changes you have made or whether mistake exists in the configuration. So particularly if you have made multiple changes or multiple mistakes. Fortunately, you can revert the firewall to the current running configuration. So this process essentially erases any of the changes you had made to the working configuration and puts the firewall back at the starting point before you made the changes. So in this section, what we're going to do is change the IP address for one of the firewall's DNS servers. You will then use revert changes to reset the firewall to the running configuration and remove the mistake. So what we're going to do is go to Device, Setup, Services, edit the services section by clicking the service here. Okay. And now change the value for the primary DNS to 88.8. And then an easy mistake that you can easily make. So then you would click OK. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, I made a huge mistake. So first, what we're going to say is verify that the DNS server has the mistake here, and it does. You see, so in the upper right corner, what you're going to do is click the changes button and select revert changes. So you see right here, changes window, leave the settings unchanged, click revert. And voila, you have it back to where it needed to go in the first place. Okay, and now in the services window, notice that the primary DNS server has been reset. You see right here, it is definitely reset. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is preview configuration changes. What we're gonna do is go to device, setup, operations, and now we're gonna go to SNMP setup, change the physical location to Santa Clara. So change this to Santa Clara. The contact, USA for contact. And then enter unit 42 for SNMP community string. Two. So okay, so it says USA for contact. USA for contact. Enter unit 42. Okay. So this would be actually unit 42. This will be Palo Alto 42. Hit OK. And now what we're gonna do is go to I might need to go back to where I was at. Okay. So Santa Clara, California. Santa Clara, USA. There we go. Much, much, much better. Yep. But I could have easily revert the changes back, but I just needed to add something more. That's why I didn't use what I previously um, went over earlier. So now what we're gonna do is hit commit, so we can commit these bad boys. Cancel this. Yes. Commit. Commit. Preview changes. Okay. And now we have something that looks like this. A new browser window opens up and it advanced config audit. And we'll be able to look through this. So basically, side by side, okay. So comparison of the current running configuration on the left and the proposed changes in the candidate configuration on the right. Review the SNMP settings that were changed, like so. Close this. Okay. And now by clicking close, okay. Click cancel in the commit window. So we're not going to commit anything. Okay. And now what we're going to do is go to the next task. Examine log files. You examine log files. So although the information in log files varies, the process of examining and searching log files on the firewall is basically the same. So in this section, we will continue to examine and navigate the firewall system log. So for, we'll be able to see such as things like traffic or threat logs. So what we're going to do is go to monitor. Okay. Logs. System. Okay. All right. And now in the system logs window, hide the object column. Oh, okay. You just uncheck it to hide it. Okay. And drag and drop the severity. So now what we're going to do here is drag and drop the severity column to the leftmost position in the table by holding down the left mouse button. So this is the severity. What we're going to do is just drag and drop it to the very far side left. So now the table now displays severity as the first column. Okay. Now what we're going to do for this task is create a log file filter. Select monitor, logs, system, and now what we're going to do, notice the filter subtype EQ VPN. Okay, so that's basically how you clear the filter if anything was in there. So now what we're going to do is click any entry under the severity column. So okay. Oh, let me delete this because what I want is informational. button. Now it applied a filter for us. The system log display will update to show only those entries that contain informational. So still working on it. There we go. And voila. This is really fun. Okay, under the event column, click any entry that contains the word general. So in under the event column, click any entry that contains the word general. Okay. So you see it pops up in the box. Notice, yep, I saw that. And now what we're going to do is apply this filter as well. Remove the filter by simply clicking the clear filter button in the upper right corner of the window, which is the X. And there we go. And now what we're going to do for the final couple of steps is use the filter builder. So select dashboard. Okay, under general information, scroll to the bottom where you see time. Time is right here. Make a note of the date and time. Display, you would need this information in the step. So what I would need to do is copy this and post it somewhere on just my regular device. So for the later step, I will use it for something else, maybe lap 3. Okay, so let me just do this. July 30th, 2023, 2025. Just so I have the time. I just make a note of it somewhere. Okay. So just the time and date. So actually 13/23/41. So let me go back to my note and add 13/23/41 because that might be significant. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is go to monitor, logs, system. No, there's no filter present. So now click the add the filter button in the upper right corner of the system's log. So now what we're going to do, these buttons are a little small, but add filter. Fill in the following information like so. Under the connector column, click and under the attribute column, click severity, and under the operator column, click equal. Under the value column, click informational. And I guess what we gotta do is click add. Note that filter field at the top of the window updates to display the correct syntax for this filter. So what we're going to do here is with the add log filter window open, build the second part of the filter. Under the connect tab, what we're going to do is select and under the attribute column, we're going to select time generated. Under operator, select greater than or equal to. Under the value column, use the first drop-down list to select the date you recorded in step 1. So I think it was July 30th. Let me double check. It was July 30th. Okay. It was July 30th. And this is the time. So 13. 23. 41. Okay. So now what we're going to do is add this information. And now in the add log filter window, we're going to click apply. And all of this information should be in the filter. Your filter will appear in the syntax log syntax field. Remember, your time will be different than what my time is. So now what we're going to do is apply this filter like so. So you see how it updated basically everything is current. So for this lab we waited some time and went to the very last page, which was page 10. Page 10 shows you the first entry after the time that was specified in the filter creation. So that is basically how we would apply filter. We will revert changes using, and we will also use the filter builder, excuse me. And then we also have creating a log file filter. We have also done examined log files and different things like that. I showed you a lot of different cool features for the Palo Alto firewall. But that would be it for this part of the journey of firewalls, part 2. I hope you enjoy and have a good rest of your day.